Hello and welcome to this second video about the Listening 3 exam. So in the last video then we learned about part 1, okay, about the general interest monologue. So in this lesson we're going to focus on part 2, okay, so the academic dialogue, yeah. Now we're going to hear this discussion twice, okay, so that's different to part 1 that we only listened to once, yeah. Now what is a dialogue? Well, a dialogue is at least two people, okay? So at least two people. Could be three, could be four. Yeah, could be three or could be four. It's probably two. One male and one female. Yeah, it's probably two. It's probably just one male and one female. And they're discussing something of an academic nature. Okay, so maybe they're discussing an assignment or a presentation or a seminar that they didn't quite understand, or a non-teaching week that's coming up, yeah, something that's academic in nature. Yeah? Now, when there are more than two people, it does get complicated, because suddenly we have maybe two male voices or maybe two female voices, yeah? So the demands when there are three people or when there are even four people are significantly more difficult, yeah? But it's probably two, it's probably one male and one female, yeah? Right, so we're in our booklet, and we are, what page are we on? We're on page 60, okay, page 61, yeah? And much like the first part, this prompt here is very important, okay? You will hear a tutor talking about a robot designed to work on Mars, yeah? Now we can see it's not just a tutor, it's a tutor and Ben and Mark, okay? So we actually have three people here, wow, and four people. Yeah, so we have four people, we even have Sally, yeah? So the tutor is doing the main discussing, and the students are kind of asking some questions, trying to learn some information, yeah? Now this is a bit unusual because, like we can see, yes, we've got the tutor, we've got Ben, we've got Mark, and then later we've got Sally. So we've got four people, yeah? So it's going to be quite challenging for us to listen to, because just identifying the different person can even be quite a challenge. So, what do we do before we listen? Well, much like the general interest monologue, we do three things. Yeah. We check any difficult vocabulary with our dictionary. We underline keywords in the questions, and we predict. Yeah. And again, much like part 1, we only really have about 40 seconds to do all of this. Yeah. And guys, I can't underestimate how important this prompt is. Yeah? In this example, we have a graphic, which is very, very useful. Yes, this allows us to visualize what they're going to be talking about. But in most cases, let's try and find another example here. We just have, some questions. We have a table, and then we have some more questions. Yeah, so this really does provide us with a lot of context that is very useful when we start predicting. So, the first thing, close down some of this. So the first thing, any difficult vocab. Yeah, so whose job, radio signal, that's the same in Turkish, scientist, similar, even just a rover, okay? So a rover, this is a rover, yeah? It's the name of this car. This car is called the rover. And then, again, underline any keywords in the questions, okay? So whose job does the robot do? Yeah, so we're not going to underline the grammar words. Yeah, what does the robot look like? Yeah, now we can see the robot here. So even though this is question 2, we should be looking forward, looking at the picture and thinking, you know, what on earth does this look like? Does it look like a car? Does it look like a table? What is it? Yeah. How fast? Okay, so fast is a keyword. So underlining the keywords is generally not difficult. Yeah. Predicting. Oy. How can Notepad crash? How can Notepad take so long? Predicting is what takes us the time. Okay, so whose job does the robot do? So who, like a person, like the name of a person, like Sam or Terry or Bob or David? Whose job? It's not going to be the name of a person, is it? So whose job? So maybe it's the name of a professional. Does it do the job of a scientist or of a teacher? Does it do the job of an engineer? Does it do the job of a police officer? You know, clearly it's not the job of a police officer. God dear, how can text edit crash like that? Anyway, so what does it look like? Well, we can see it, so we can start predicting a little bit. How fast can it travel? Well, it's designed to work on Mars, and there are no roads on Mars, are there? We know that. So it's not going to travel very fast. So we should be thinking, and guys, not just a number here. We're looking for a number and you know, kilometers per hour or miles per hour. Yeah? Just a number is not okay. Writing down 5 is not going to be correct. How fast can the robot travel? 5. It's not correct. 5 miles per hour. Yes. 10 meters per second. Yes. 50 meters per minute. Yes. Just the number 5 is never going to be correct. Now, predictions here, number 4, that's a solar panel, isn't it? Easy, all day long, that's a solar panel. Sorry about that, so where were we? So we were talking about solar panel, yeah? Now, be careful here. This is number 4, this is number 6. Yeah, this is not number 5. Number 5 is all the way down here. Okay, so number 5. What is that pointing to? So that's pointing to the box. Yeah. So what is that? I don't know, like the command center, the control box, something like that. Yeah. Number 6. What are these? Okay. Come on, stretch. They look like eyes. Are they cameras? They're probably cameras, aren't they? Yeah, they're probably cameras. And something wheels. Okay, so this is going to be an adjective. Maybe it's going to be a couple of adjectives. Yeah. Steel, metal wheels, strong wheels. Don't know. How long does it take the radio signal to travel from Earth to Mars and back? So how long? Now again, guys, yeah, much like here, 60 is not going to be correct. Yeah, 60 seconds, 60 minutes. Yeah, and also, guys, let's listen carefully. 60, 16, 15, 50. Yeah, and look here, to Earth and back. We might hear information about Earth to Mars, and then in our head, we have to double it. Yeah, because to Earth and from Earth to Mars and back. Okay, so we might have to do a little bit of simple maths. What stops the scientists from steering the rover in real time? Okay, so in real time, maybe that's some vocabulary that we needed to check with our dictionary. Okay, so when I move my my steering wheel, the car immediately turns. Yeah, so that's in real time. Now I imagine, because of the distance between Earth and Mars, the distance actually stops the scientists from steering it in real time. Yeah, you can't move a steering wheel and then a fraction of a second later expect the rover to move. Yeah, that's not realistic. So probably the distance, probably the time delay here. What do scientists believe that Mars has which is similar to Earth? Similar surface? Don't know. Anyway, we can see how important this prediction is. Yeah? And whether we're doing a prediction about that rover, or whether we're doing a prediction here about space travel, or we've got some more examples here, whether we're doing some predictions about a research project. Okay. Making predictions is very important. How long should the assignment be? Again, guys, yes, let me drill this home to you. 400 is never going to be correct. 400 what? 400 bananas? 400 words? 400 characters? Yeah? 400 words. How long should it be? They might say between 2 and 3,000. 2 and 3,000. Okay, so we're looking for 3,000 here. Yeah? 3,000. What must the students do first? Here, lots of vocab to check, lots of predictions that we can make. Yeah? Not just predictions about possible answers, thinking about the word form. Has a. So this is probably a noun. But it might also be an adjective noun. Might be an adjective noun. Yeah? So guys, your predictions are important. Yeah? Even though it's only 40 seconds, it's the most important 40 seconds of the test. Yeah? The prediction that we do beforehand is very important. Right. All right, well, there we go. So you guys can go ahead and listen where you can find the audio. Of course, you can find it in your media album. So rover, robot, space travel. Yeah, so they are all here. Yeah. Enrique and Mawako is the one that we just looked at. Yeah, so here, Miwako. Yeah, so there we go. So all of the audio, guys, is here in your media album. Right, well, hopefully that has demystified some of the academic dialogue. If this has been useful to you, please give me a thumbs up. If it's not been useful to you, give me a thumbs down, okay? In the next part, we will look at the academic lecture, and we will have a look at some tips and some tricks to help us get through that. All right, guys, bye for now.